I'm Cherokee. I'm doing the second hundred. So first, I'm going to say that requiring parental involvement puts young women completely at risk. First, the American Psychological Association, in its February 2000 paper titled "Parental Consent Laws for Adolescent Reproductive Health Care: What Does the Psychological Research Say?" stated disproportionate number of young adolescents who become pregnant live in severely unstable families. Thus, adolescents most at risk for pregnancy are also those most likely to come from violent and or chaotic homes, where they may not be able to seek guidance from their parents. Moreover, nearly half of pregnant adolescents with a history of physical assault report being hit during their pregnancy, most often by a family member. In conclusion, the teens being affected by parental notification laws are the ones already at risk because of their home environment. Young women who fear telling their parents should not have to tell them. These fragile young women are in need of a supportive environment free from stress and pressure. The only way to ensure that all women have this stress-free environment is having reliable and regulated abortion clinics. Second, 38 U.S. states have an alternative method that Stephanie brought up called the Judicial Bypass, which requires minors to obtain a judge's permission to get an abortion rather than her parents, so it's an alternative method. The affirmative brings up that judicial bypass solves the problem of teens in at-risk family situations. However, it is common knowledge that having an abortion later in a pregnancy is more dangerous than earlier in the pregnancy and also gets more expensive. So having this judicial bypass, it may give a different alternative method for the teens, the women who are in a at-risk home environment. However, it makes it more dangerous because they, as Lauren Spinner, a spokesperson for the Guttmacher Institute said, it just shows how laws like this can lead to health risk for teens. Abortion is a safe procedure, less safer, So it's common knowledge that having an abortion later in pregnancy is more dangerous than early in the pregnancy. As Judge Nixon of the District Court in Tennessee estimated, even under the best circumstances, the judicial waiver process would take 22 days to complete, a significant problem given the time-sensitive nature of pregnancy and the increased risk involved in later abortions. Lauren Spinner, a spokesperson for the Guttmacher Institute, said it just shows how laws like this can lead to health risks for teens. Abortion is a safe procedure, but is less safe later in pregnancy. So having this judicial bypass in conclusion puts women more at risk by delaying the abortion. Third, if a teen cannot obtain an abortion of a non-wanted pregnancy because parental consent is required, she's at risk of suffering the physical, emotional, educational, economic, and social costs of bearing a child, especially teenage childbearing. The American Medical Association noted that because the need for privacy may be compelling, minors may be driven to desperate measures to maintain the confidentiality of their pregnancies. They may run away from home, obtain a back alley abortion, or resort to self-induced abortions. The desire to maintain secrecy has been one of the leading reasons for illegal abortion deaths since 1973. They also might make the decision to drive to a state they also can make the decision to drive to another state that allows abortion without parental consent. But this is also extremely dangerous considering that they have to drive through state lines, and getting an invasive procedure like that and then having to drive home after can be dangerous. Moving on, the American Civil Liberties Union, in its April 1st, 2001 press release titled "Laws Restricting Teenagers' Access to Abortion," stated, "No state requires a young woman to obtain parental consent for prenatal care and delivery service. No state requires parents to be notified of their daughter's positive pregnancy test, and all but 5 states allow a minor to place her child for adoption without parental involvement. It is only if the teen chooses to have an abortion that states seek to require parental involvement." So this shows an inconsistency. If teens can make the decision to have a child and to give birth to it, shouldn't they be able to make the decision to have an abortion? Finally, the affirmative brings up that parental consent protects the adolescents from sexual abuse. This is inconsistent because the adolescent has already experienced sexual abuse, so them telling their parents isn't protecting them from anything because they already got sexually abused. Also, parental consent laws may lead to the abuser taking the adolescent to a different place. So if this boyfriend takes their younger girlfriend to go get an abortion because they don't want the parents to know that he is involved with her, he might decide, oh, well, I can't get it here, I'm going to go try to find a different method to do that, which can completely put the adolescent in danger. Because those alternative methods are usually back alley abortions. If the abuser really doesn't care about the adolescent and is using them just because they're young or whatever, they really don't care about the health or anything, so the back alley abortion, doing it themselves or making the adolescent do it or getting someone else to do it for them is a viable option for the abuser. So in conclusion, requiring parental involvement puts young women at risk.